back again on my second live stream tonight. Took a little break, but it turned out to be at least an hour, I think. I decided I was hungry and I decided to eat something. So, and I went out in the garage for a minute and looked, see if I had any machines with a regular network card in them that I could take out. A lot of them have onboard network, And so I didn't find one that I could get to easy. There's a couple that I couldn't see without opening the big front garage door, and it's right now it's 3:08 a.m. so it's kind of chilly outside tonight too. So I didn't want to do that right now. On the way back in, I remembered. Well, there's two other. I have some in my van out in the driveway that I don't know what's in them at all. Can't remember. And then I think there may be some more in another spot in the garage that I'd forgotten about. They're really old ones, but it doesn't matter as long as it's a 100 megabit network card, But I'll just wait and see if I really need it before. I thought, well, I've got lots I can do, rather it be daytime when I went and did all that stuff anyway, so I can see better, So I'm going to let's see. Well, I guess I won't take that other network card out just yet because it may be all I have, even though it's really slow in there. So, but I am going to check on updating. I'm going to try updating the BIOS. I think that's what I'll do next. After, let's go to the desktop here. Let me make sure. I went ahead and hooked up the. Let me check my. No, that's the laptop. That's the one I monitor my stream with. And yeah, okay. So and I've got it remote. I've got KRFB turned on it, so I could do remote desktop on it. And what I wanted to do was I plugged in the network cable that I normally plug into the blue one that I'm always talking about that's on the D-Link that I normally plug into Mom's machine or whatever machine I'm working on or whatever. And I plugged it in here. And of course, I know it's working because, well, I've got a remote desktop connection, and I've got, I just saw my stream and everything. I haven't really got to put my ad block and stuff in here. That's just crappy. I don't really use the browser for anything but going to my YouTube page. See, it's still saying, it still hasn't. It shows that it hasn't found finally found the optimal server. I don't. I got to, because I keep thinking, and I also kept forgetting. I don't think I've done it since I've been going through all this. Check the speed on that cable on a machine that I know would normally work good. Okay, I was fixing to say what? I thought it was going to have 5 megabits. Okay, yeah. It's crawling up there to the normal speed. So, oh yeah, it didn't. I guess I didn't ever see the complete peak. 66.21. Yeah, that's generally what I get, and I'm streaming right now. So, and it's also doing remote desktop. So, of course, the upload speed would be the one that would be impacted the most with me streaming and doing remote desktop. But that's what I had last night the last couple of nights when I was doing tests. So. And that's with all these ads on here not being blocked too. So, God, you can't even see anything on the page. I didn't know there was so much crap on that page because I don't see it normally. See, this is right here. This is why we use ad blockers, people. Nobody can stand that much crap. Can't even see what it is you came here to see. At least they're not all blinking. But, so I will give you that. So that's good. That's a good speed with. Because actually, I generally do get 63 to 66, 65, 66 megabits download, and our speed is, officially 60 megabits. So we're getting better, most of the time. The upload speed is it's okay considering I'm streaming. Usually get 4 to 5, and I think our upload speed is still officially 4. So, which is really not anywhere near enough for 60 megabit to make to. You know how much faster everything would work if you had like at least 10 megabit upload uh, speed, because everything is up and down. It's not all just down when you surf the internet. You know, got to talk both ways, and especially like if you moved up to 100 megabits, and I think they don't move. I don't, if I remember right, they don't move you up to a higher, you know, upload speed. So you're not going to get much more out of it. So let's see. I think I can just hit the back button now and go back to. Back to my live stream. I leave it there, and then I just turn. You know, I usually have to pause it because the machine can. Well, it's using up bandwidth too. That's not necessary, but also I can't. The machine just can't handle it. You know, I'm doing that all the time. So yeah, okay, we're good. Well, actually, you don't have to do that. Okay, now I'm just pause that. And let's see, I'm going to close this connection here, and then I can use the wireless mouse like I usually do in order to go ahead and close that desktop sharing, because KRFB, I searched that. Well, could leave the app running in case I want to use it again, but that machine really needs to just not have anything stressing it, because that's all it can do. When I closed it, it's crashed. Don't know why. Okay, but that's all I want, is just to have my stream up there, and I want to, that's the only one I want to give that little 1.7 gigahertz single core to do. Okay, I feel like I got bit on the forehead, but I don't think I did. Well, I got a lot of light on my forehead there tonight, don't I? It's funny how light looks different in daytime, nighttime, and all that. So the lights in the room seem brighter. You know, it's dark outside, so why would it seem brighter in here? Why do the lights reflect more? You know, I don't know. I guess it's when there's more light, you know, coming through the windows and stuff. The camera sensors act differently. I guess that's the answer to that right there. I guess they're opening up too much, is what they're doing. Because there's no light in the windows and all that. Okay, so what was I going to do? Okay, over here on Mom's machine, I had planned on taking that other network card out, but I guess I'll leave it in there in case I'm desperate for something to get it online, you know. Yeah, I guess I'll just go straight to doing the BIOS upgrade. So that means, let's go ahead and make sure. I'm sure it is, but yeah, the ASRock BIOS upgrade. That's the instructions page, so we'll just go to it for a minute first. I saved it, so I can see it, you know, even if I'm not online. But that's should already be automatically backed up to my. It's taking forever to open up Firefox. There it goes. Okay, so we're going to need to. Oh yeah, FAT32. That's not FAT32. Okay, so I can't use my backup drive. I have to put it on a USB stick. Okay, yeah. Glad I looked at that. Yeah, you go to that, and it'll open it up, and then it automatically detect the exact BIOS files from this. Yeah, okay. And it only lists BIOS files. Select it and do it. Okay. That's what I needed to review. Okay, so what I actually going to want to do then is copy that folder over to my I'm going to put the Bane, put this Bane, the one that I have Bane on, because what I remember, it's FAT32. It's a little 2 gigabyte. I mean, my SD card that has easy to boot. I know it's FAT32, but I have more files on its root directory, and it might be harder to. Actually, I'm not. That's what I'm wondering is. It didn't say anything about that, but sometimes these BIOS update things they won't work right if there's anything else on the stick. It didn't say it, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it on there. Let me plug it up. Don't have a empty USB on the front. You know what? My keyboard has a USB on it. I'm going to use it. It's only 1.0 USB, but I never hardly use it. But just for a few small files, it won't hurt a thing. It's mounted up. You won't be able to tell the difference. Don't think. Yeah, VFAT. Okay. Yeah, well, there's a lot of files on there. I didn't realize that. Huh. I didn't want it to have anything that sees. I don't know what. I'm sure those files. We'll see. What are those files? What's in there? Oh, that. Okay. Do you have to unzip it? No, you don't unzip it. Okay, so there's only one file I really need, and that's this one. Yeah, I don't want it. Oh, it needs to be out of. Yeah, I can't put that folder on there. I don't really need those instructions on that stick. Let's see, do I want to put it on here or do I want to put it on the SD card? How much space? Oh, 1.5 gigabyte free. Yeah, there's not much. Now I'm thinking that maybe I should have picked the other. Well, let's just look at it. Okay, I've remembered that whenever you have some of these USBs, unless you close Crusader, it won't let go of it. Let's see, yeah, and I can remember one of these it mounts two things. If you unmount one of them, it'll work, and the other one it gets an error, but it still works. Oh, I went over there to the machine like normal. I actually have 2 USBs on this keyboard. Let me get. I'm really just thinking about what will be the. Boy, that one can just hide under there. That little USB adapter with the SD card in it could be in there, and you wouldn't ever see it. Okay, let's see, did it mount up? Not yet. You know, one of these, oh, this is the keyboard that I used to use it. Let's wait. May not work. Yeah, I have 2 of these keyboards that are almost, well, they're the same model, but one of them's got a clear top on it, and the other one has colored. The one with the clear where you could see through, the old see-through plastic stuff. I used it for until some of the keys started not working right for a long time. I got it in around 2000 and used it until about last year. And I had this other one, and I would use it occasionally at over there. I had it over there by my bed in my computer rack, and I'd use it when I was watching TV. Okay, it didn't mount. So, ow. Now I can't get it out of there. It's hard to get a hold of. Okay, I'd use it occasionally. I think it just I haven't got to the point to tell them the story. And I had a mouse plugged in there, and I would use it when I plugged into the laptop when I was watching stuff on the laptop on my TV over there at the bed. And let me plug it in the other side. See if it'll work. Unless it just won't recognize this thing. Anyway, it would slide out sometimes. The tray, something would hang on it, and it would fall out and hit the ground with that sticking out with that, and it bent. you know, that USB things so many times that it got to where it wouldn't. One of them, yeah, I think it was that one, the one I was talking about, the other, on the one on the right, my right, until it got to where it won't really work anymore. But that's not mounting either. So I guess unless I want to take out my, I didn't really want to take out my, about to lose that thing. I got it out and then it went flying. Okay. It doesn't matter. I'm going to delete it. Well, maybe that's something I didn't know. Maybe that one's not compatible. That adapter is not compatible with USB 1.0, but my old 2 GB sticks are. Unable to mount the U3 system. I don't care. I don't want to use it. I hate that thing. It's got some. It's built. It's a hidden partition that you can't delete on that little USB stick. But the one I want did mount. I guess that happened because I had that error unmounting it a while ago. Yeah, there it is again. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that over, and I guess I better not rename it or anything, even though I don't like that parentheses and a dot in the file name. Copy, don't move. Okay. I don't think it'll cause me any trouble. Let's see, because it's so small. Yeah, 632.5 kilobytes. So now let's go back to some other folder. Oh yeah, I like to be in the videos folder when I'm making videos. Okay. Now let's go ahead and safely remove. Yeah, that worked. So let me get since I'm gonna have to start moving around a lot, I guess I will get on the let's see, what am I going to be doing? Plug that in. Yeah, let's go ahead. Sometimes it's good to switch over to that other mic, and sometimes it really doesn't help any at all. So because I'm not really moving that. Not really moving that much. Okay. Since I'm doing switching and feeling confused, I'm going to make sure everything's still working. Yeah, I'm going to put this in the back of that machine. Boot it up. I'll have to switch over there and get to the. Oh, I don't have audio. I was like, why don't I hear the audio? Boot it up. All right. Yeah, I'll put it in the back because I can actually see that better with it laying down. The front, I can't get too very good with it laying down. Oh, I didn't swap those hard drives yet either. Oh, I didn't do that yet. I want to do that first. That's a bootable USB. That may not work because it's going to boot to that. I guess it doesn't actually matter because I'm going to try to catch, yeah, I'm going to catch it and put it into BIOS before it boots anyway. Everything's not cooperating. I got this little sticker. Where's the indus? No, well, I don't think I can show it to you on here very good, but 386 sticker off of a 386 machine. It came off one day. I like to leave stuff like that where it belongs, but it came off, and so I saved it and brought it here, you know, put it on the desk. Never have done anything else with it. Thought I would. Put it back on the box. Then, well, I guess I decided I might just, since I didn't think I'd use the box for anything, I thought I might put it somewhere where I could see it as a souvenir, you know. So anyway, let's get this hard drive that I'm not going to leave in there out. I'm gonna have to take this memory out to get that out of there again. Golly, that's tight. Gotta be careful when you're. Oh man, I don't want to bust that. Pull that. I've had. If you keep pulling it by the cable, sometimes you will just flat pull the cable out of the thing. But that thing in the middle there is really just a. This is the tightest. Ow. I mean, that's crazy tight. Everything on that motherboard is like that. Let me put this in my box over here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that will not come out, so I guess there's no getting around taking the memory out again. I already know it won't come out because I couldn't get it in there. Well, oh, why is that at? Oh, no, I didn't unplug that on purpose. I got unplugged with all my fiddling around. Okay. That one has a clip on it. If I unplug it, I got to move those memory lockdowns out of the way so that I can do that. All those screws that I put in that bottle. Let's see. Yeah, I had done that. Yeah, that gives me just what I need to get it out of there. Okay, so there's that one. This one, yeah, that's what I don't like about these. I really like those SATA connectors that have a little lock, because they will come out on you. And that yellow one's the only one that has a lock on it. Gonna need my magnifying glass. See, I had this in there in a certain way. Had it. It might be better to do it this way. Let's see. Oh yeah, I only want to hook up the one anyway, right now. Yeah, because that one was really pretty weird and awkward the way it was. It wasn't really... Let me get down there. Okay, I think that... I really got to get that up there so I can see. The L is on the top. Well, now I can see to hook it up better anyway. Okay, L on the top. I would probably never have gotten that on there. There, and that made it easy. Okay. There, yeah, that was really a pretty loose cable. That's not going to stay in there though. That drive's coming out, so something to remember. This one, well, I guess when I plug that in, I will plug it in there. That way, if there'll be one hanging there to go if I put another drive in there for any reason again. And I think it's better off to put that underneath there. Okay. Now, memory, go back. Oh yeah, hang on to the board. It's kind of hard to remember that. I'm trying to put them back in this. I said, which slot did I get it out of? But that doesn't really matter. There. This board really needs that support. Another standoff under there, but so I mean it's fine if you just hold on to the. But I'll tell you what, I couldn't believe it really needs that.
That one thing about that BIOS board, it had a big old bracket, metal bracket that helped keep underneath the other side of the processor, and it's not warped. This one is warped like crazy. Just the, I guess the heat, probably it's not that heavy, but a little bit of weight with a lot of heat. And that thing is warped like crazy. And it's not, see, it's not warped because, see, there's a screw and a standoff here and a screw and a standoff here, and it's warped. I believe it goes down, right? You know, if you look at it from the back. This side's cupped if you could look at it from the top. But if you look at it from the back, it's bowed. Okay, so I just want to see what Fedora 14 would do on here. Forgot to unplug it. I like to unplug it when I do anything like that. Well, the memory's not such a big deal, but, well, I was plugging and unplugging power cables and everything. So, oh yeah, let's put our cables back the way they belong. So this, I'm going to put it back on the... So yeah, there's nothing wrong with this cable or anything. It will do the normal speed when it's on a machine that works right. Okay, and this one needs to go back in the laptop. It's actually on the... This thing has a modem connection and an Ethernet right next to each other. You always end up plugging that trying to plug it into the wrong one, to the small one. You can't see it. Okay, now it's ready to turn it on to Fedora 14. I don't know that that one has a clip on it. But it's only on the right angle. It's a right angle and it has a clip. Oh, maybe there is a clip on it. Okay, so, yeah, I got it. Okay, this time I'm going to take that off. Really does make me feel better not having any of it plugged in. As far as, I mean, I know it's a small, low voltage going through the SATA cable, but still, it seems like one time I was left one plugged in, left the power, it seems like one time I left one plugged in that was an SATA, and I heard the hard drive making noises. Because I used to do it a lot, just unplug the power. What I would do is unplug the power because it was always hard to get those IDE connectors on and off. And now I've got another hunk of skin hanging off. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, we got to switch to camera. And then I'll switch mics. And then I will get it turned on. Okay, yeah, there we go. Are we good? Looks like it. Now I gotta get off of this. Let's grab the pencil. Sometimes I like to grab that long stick, but it's actually a lot harder to hit the target with that, for some reason, with the KVM switch button with that longer stick. I guess because I don't have the same tactile feel of, because you really have to kind of press it in halfway, not all the way like you used to when it worked right, to hit your target, to hit the one, to get to stop on the one, to get it stop on the one that you want it to stop. That's so loud. It must be turned up all the way. It does it to itself. Oh, so I can't see anything. Yeah, you can't see anything because you have the machine that's on running. Okay, I'm going to contact. Okay. This is the Fedora 14 hard drive. Well, it has Fedora 14 and Mate 9, which I already ran Mate 9 once by using Super Grub Disk. I think I finally realized that
just what? Completely blank. Okay, I'll hit a key and I'll show you. See, Fedora 14, which is kernel 2.6.35 14-106.fc14, and then there's a couple older several, and then Linux Mint 9. That's what's on there. So I don't see why it wouldn't run. I'll go ahead and bring up the terminal so that we can see if there's any errors that show up. I don't see any errors during boot so far. I mean, at least if there's one, it's got by me, you know. Everything that I booted on here, but then when it boots up, I get the kernel crash in Fedora 27, 26 on the 8-core processor. I mean, and which, you know, it makes total sense. They were installed on a whole different motherboard, processor, and memory. So far, so good. Wasn't really paying attention. Oh, Network Manager did start. Everything, you know, no errors on that part of it. You know, the last time when I started up on Fedora 26, I completely forgot that I have 2 network cards. But the onboard usually does, even when you have 2, but the onboard usually gets picked automatically as the default. But I just realized, you know, didn't connect and all that. But I also could have also been a problem. Yeah, no network. There could have also been a problem with let's see if it's, yeah, it's these 2 Ethernet adapters. Actually, there's 3, looks like. System, ETH1, and ETH2. Why would there be 3? Because there's no wireless. One month ago, 1 minute ago. ETH0 would have been when it was in Mom's original. Let's see. Yeah, see, it's ignoring IPv6. I had to do that. Well, it was already defaulted that way, but yeah, it's ignoring. It's all ignore. Okay. Crash in the kernel package. MAC address. I am kind of thinking now that I've remembered, I'm wondering if I'm going to unplug the one cable and plug into the one to the other network card. Well, it blinked for a little bit and then showed 2 green lights, and the onboard just showed yellow like it's been doing. So let's try the disable and enable and see if it connects. Right here it should say like connected, you know, this part down here at the bottom. Connection established. Okay, ETH2. Yeah, I don't even know. I guess Fedora 14, maybe it won't work right with the IPv6. Or I know when they were first implementing it, none of my machines would work unless I disabled that like that, ignored it. I should be online, so let's crash in the kernel. Yeah. Let's see if this thing works any faster in Fedora 14 than it did in Fedora 27. This is that Kingston network card. That works. There's that auto speed test site. I've been on there from here. I didn't know that. I guess I just forgot. Google Translate updated. Still doing its job there. Well, I'm going to run this for a minute here. Let's see. I don't think you can pick 5 minutes, but let's try it. I don't need any more than 5 times. There we go. Well, let me. Oh, you have to. Has to be. You must be signed in to do lower than 10 minutes, and they don't charge you to sign up. I just haven't ever done it. So let's see what this one sounds like. All the explanations, and they've actually been on doing this for quite a few years, since the I think the early mid 90s. I don't think it was the 80s, but anyway, they sound like they'd probably be more accurate than some of the others. But this one will keep on testing up, and well, I set it for 5 instead of 12 tests, and I'm not going to let it run that long, I don't imagine. But it'll keep on testing. That really does tell you a lot every 10 minutes. I would rather do it every 5 minutes to get it done quicker, you know. See, what did we get? Download 2 megabits, upload 2 megabits. Yeah, see, super slow. Now let's see what's regular speedtest.net and see what it does. Yeah, see, it shows it's going to show about 5 megabits, just like so. Evidently, this card. I looked at the box a couple of times. It's supposed to be a 100 megabit card, so there's something, it don't work. Either there's something wrong with it, or it doesn't work right. It doesn't work right. If it was the operating system, then you know, it should be different in one of these other operating systems. And I just don't see. I don't know for sure, but I just don't. Yeah, 452 down and 294 up. I don't see the BIOS causing that on a PCI card. There is one thing I have thought about, and that is that, you know, this machine is PCI E16 or something like that. Well, that might have been the network one, but anyway, it's got 2 slots, and I think I looked and I couldn't tell that one of them was labeled, you know, the regular speed, the older speed, and one was labeled the higher speed. But I thought, well, maybe that could cause trouble. You wouldn't think so, really. I remember there was a lot of if, ands, and buts, things to pay attention to when they started changing all that up. But I would think with PCI slots, if it fits with, you know, if it's the right amount of pins and everything, it should work right, you know. Updates. Cancel those updates. I don't want them on 5 megabits. I don't want to stall updates. This one installs the updates automatically. You don't have to worry about anything on this one. It's just one of the best systems. I think Fedora 14, I think is my favorite version of Fedora of all time. I've done all of them. Well, I've skipped several distros here and there, but I've been using it since Fedora 5. So let's see, is it going to run again anytime soon? I don't think it tells you when it's fixing to run again, or does it? Oh, there's something right up there. Retesting, yeah, at 3:53:40, so it'll be another 10 minutes or more. So I'm going to stop the test. Where's the... Well, I'm going to go ahead and go and look at the results for a second. Now I can't see. My results is what I'm looking for. I don't even see the test link. When you move around, it makes things happen and it freaks my eyes out. Oh, there it is. You can't see it good. That's what it is. The browser is it's not responding to my control, control plus and control minus to make it bigger, smaller, and larger. I guess it's at 100%. Okay. Well, there it is. I want to end it because I'm done with that now. Anyway, you can go look at your results and stuff somewhere on here. You can see all of the results that you've done. But let's see. I was trying to think if I could remember the name of any of those other ones. I don't think we're going to get anything. Oh, there's one, openspeedtest.com. Yeah, that's the one that would run. Well, actually, it ran on the old web browser, but it wouldn't, and it also showed super fast. Yeah, that's the one that would run on XP, Mini XP in Opera, and it showed 79 megabits. See, it's showing 21 megabits. But in that old browser, it wouldn't. The upload test failed, but it's working here. And this one is like for Firefox 48 or something. It's behind, but not that behind. You sure can find a wide variance in the results. See, 21 megabits, and then upload 110. That's just, I mean, that's down and that's up quite. 5 to 21, and then from 2 or something like that, or 3 to 1. So it depends on the server that you're testing at as to, a big part of what your results will end up being. I knew that because I had read it before. Now this is another one that I used to like, but sometimes this one works and sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know how accurate it would be, because I think it gets overloaded sometimes and just won't work because it's overloaded. But it tells you more information. That's a latency ping, which I don't know what's good and what's bad. I think if you read everything, it'll tell you. But download speed, now it's 6, a little over 6 looks like. But yeah, this Fedora 14, see, wouldn't run right on this 8 core. It its kernel crash. So there's no reason to put it on there. If there was any, really, if I was any, if I wanted to save it, then I should just put it back, this hard drive back with its original motherboard. I have the motherboard, the memory, the subprocessor, and this hard drive could all be put back together, but I'd need a power supply. And I have a box, but I don't think I have a power supply that would work with it. Well, I didn't. I looked before and I didn't have any. There's only one idea I had that I don't think it would work, and that's using the Molex, putting the 4-pin on the, take 2 Molex connector setups and put 4-pin on there, but I don't think it would be even nowhere near enough wattage, because I think that 4-pin is the main wattage for the motherboard. Like for instance, this processor, that 8-core processor, is a 95-watt processor. That's the max that motherboard can even handle. But that 650 watts power supply is plenty good for that. But if you and I had a 450 watt power supply in that dual core, and after several years it died, which I don't think it was being overdrawn. I think it just wasn't a good power supply. Okay, it's done. 0 packet loss. I was waiting because I thought that packet loss was going to show something, but it won't if there's not any packet loss. So there's what we're getting there. So that Ethernet card is just not going to do any faster than that. There's something wrong there. I don't know. I guess what the next thing to do, let's see what that update is. I bet it's Flash. That's about the only thing that gets updated. Yeah, Adobe Flash, 8.1 megabytes. I'm not going to do it now. It didn't ever get. It's not in the middle of it or anything. So if this machine gets run again sometime, it can be done then. Make sure I don't open up anything like Thunderbird to mess up, because she's using Thunderbird on that laptop that I set up for her. So, but it's got a well-rounded system. It doesn't have too many apps, but it's got a lot of stuff that I thought that she might like. She didn't really ever get into looking at the rest of them, but it's a great running machine. Great running. It's a great running machine, yeah, but this is a great running operating system. It's just the only reason that I'm upgrading the operating system is because they're not sending out any more. Firefox won't update anymore. Well, it didn't for a long time through the repos, but I'm running it in standalone mode, and it was updating itself. But now Firefox doesn't support Fedora 14 anymore, and Thunderbird and Chrome hadn't for even longer, which I just told her don't use Chrome unless you absolutely have to. Don't shop with Chrome, and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to shut it down and see if it shuts down okay. The other ones didn't. They hung up on the way to shut down for some reason. Or, well, let's see. I don't know if Fedora 26 did. So if I would have thought about it, I'm sure I could have plugged that wire into the other NIC card and got online. Well, what I am wondering is now, what if I hadn't have had? Wonder if it didn't get online. See, for some reason, well, I don't know. I was going to say maybe the system automatically set up the extra NIC card as the WAN connected card, and the other one is the one that you could plug into. So when you got two of them, usually you have to set it up. It won't do it automatically, but at least I did in my Fedora 23. I think it was actually the 2122 server where I set it up and then ended up taking all those cards out. I put 2 extra cards in there, and I was going to try to use it as a server and a network appliance, and plug into my 2 of my routers to those other 2 cards. And I had problems with it. I would set the one that I wanted it to be the WAN interface, and then it would change itself. Well, I don't remember all the details now, but anyway, so what I'm trying to say is maybe that that Fedora 26, if I would have taken out that NIC card, that's what I actually had planned to do to start with, and I decided not to since I didn't have another one to replace it with. But if I would have taken out that NIC card, I kind of sort of wonder if it would have worked on Fedora 26. But it really doesn't matter. The only thing I need to know is will it work with, if I do a new install of Fedora 27, will it work once I get all the once I get all the software updated, do the first update, and I may have to, I might need the extra repos. Well, I can't think of the name. RPM Fusion repos installed. Well, I did think that, but after doing a little reading to this tonight, I think the network drivers. Well, again, the wired. I guess the way it is wired and wireless network drivers are put in with the kernel, but not all of them. Not the ones that aren't open source. And if they're proprietary, then yeah, you can install them, but you're going to have to go find them and install them. You know. And sometimes they're in RPM Fusion, and sometimes they're not even in there, and you've got to go. That's when you really have to go get to like fully proprietary drivers from the manufacturers' websites. So yeah, okay. So got to have internet connection to do all of that. So I sure don't want to have to get by on 5 megabits, but at least this does work. But before I try to do it all on that. Before I do my installation with this extra NIC card, I will try to find a better working one out there in the garage. Go get one out of the garage and try it, and if it don't work, maybe try another one. And if I can't try 2 more and then neither one of them work any better, then I'll figure it's some other issue. But first, that thing is still on the halting system. We'll kind of wait on it. But because this is a good system that I don't want to jack up. Probably wouldn't hurt it if I forced it now, but because it's already to halting system. But still, I'd rather not. And that's kind of weird because it's doing that. Maybe it's because of that kernel crash and it can't sit down properly. Because I mean, once in a while they'll do that. They'll hang up for a while, shutting down, and maybe they're doing a job. You just don't know. It's just not telling you what it's doing. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do next. I'm going to do the BIOS upgrade, or check on it anyway. And I'm all ready to do it now. I have my little USB stick, and I mean, what if that straightened all this out? I mean, that would be great. So I can't believe how cool it is tonight. I thought I was going to be running this machine most of the night, and I haven't had it on more than 5-10 minutes at a time the whole night, so it's getting kind of chilly now. It's 74. It started up being like 78 in here. Now over the last all these hours here, it's 74.3 now. And I didn't want to shut my window. I've been kind of half chilly for a couple of hours, but I didn't want to shut my window. Now I think I will go move it some. I'm gonna go move the window a little bit, and if that don't go ahead and shut down here pretty quick, I guess I'll just hard shut it down. But I'll go close that window a little bit, and then I'll be moving on. Well, I'll tell you what. I just thought of. I'm going to leave it like that and go take a very quick break, but I won't get off my stream because I just have to take a quick break. And so maybe it'll shut down during that time. So I'll be back.
back. Let me get ready to straighten up here.
I had to get my little bag on that has my wireless phone mic in it and everything. Okay, so it never did shut down, so I don't think it's going to. Okay, now let's switch. Now, we're back on my regular machine. Okay. We'll go back to the back to the wireless mic now. And I have left my preview playing this whole time, but it wasn't making any sound, but I want to make sure everything was good. Now I'm going to get back on cam 2 so I can see me. I can see me, so we can see me doing the work. And I'm going to let's see. I guess there's no sense. I never did figure out why that red cable wouldn't. When I plugged in the red cable to the, this Ethernet card here, I think I plugged it into it. I don't know for sure anymore. But I don't remember if I ever tried it on the laptop or not. I think I tried it on once or twice. I tried it on something that it should have worked on and it wouldn't connect. And it was working. I don't know. I'm confused. So anyway, what do I need? Well, if I did, I know this won't work right now, so I'll just leave it in that one, in the extra NIC card, and take out this hard drive that I'm not going to want anymore. I don't want it in here anymore. Oh, wait. That still might be where I want it in order to back, if I decide to back it up or something. Let's see. Yeah, what else? No, I'm not sure. Yeah, I need it in something I can run it for a long period of time to back it up. And this is a powerful machine, so it would do it the fastest. So yeah, let's leave it in here. I'm just thinking I don't want anything to happen to that operating system is what I was thinking. I think I can, I can do it by, I remember which way the cables were turned. Okay, now, but I still got a C to do that one. Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, okay. So I got to get my magnifying glass here. Now this one, L is there. L is there. Okay, so it's got to be turned. Oh, I guess that's why I didn't. That'll make it. Now, let's do it the way I had it. I guess I had it that way for a good reason. Yeah, that works pretty good like that. That keeps that cable out of the way of things, getting over into all this stuff. And then this can go on here like that. Yeah, because when I get ready to do my image, I probably will do imaging of this Fedora 14, and this would be a good machine to do it in, best one probably, other than the heat that it makes. But it'd be the most powerful, fastest
because I have that hard drive adapter that I could plug it into, but it makes noise in my. Only thing I got to plug it into is my power supply amp to give it power. Well, actually, I just remembered I do have one other thing I can plug it into, and that's the old Dell computer, because I actually have a. Actually, I remember now. I extended a Molex so it'd be long enough to come all the way out the front of it, and I used to plug stuff in that way. I used to. Well, I had an adapter cable plugged in there, and then it ran up to my switch, my network switch. That doesn't work good anymore. The power supply for it died years ago, and I figured out it ran on 5 volts, and so I used to run it. I ran it for a long time like that, off of that, but because that was my server and it ran all the time anyway. So, but then it got to where it couldn't keep up with anything. It wouldn't even do. I don't know if it'll do 100 megabits or not. I think it got to where it just wasn't working right anymore. So anyway, there now. This won't boot still, but it's just in there so that I can back it up and stuff. I could make it where it would, but I actually don't want to mess up its, well, I wouldn't mess it up. It would just be adding its entry to this. I could do that, but I don't know if I want to. Okay, now this hard drive, I'm going to put these screws in this, that were in that. I don't think it's a good idea to keep those screws on the hard drive. I decided that wasn't such a good idea after all. Okay, this hard drive, let's see. Trying to figure out just how I want to put my sticky note on there. That one has Fedora 26. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking it'd be would really be very cool to put this hard drive back with the original machine, you know, motherboard and all that it went with it. If I could just get a power supply to do that, and then that one, that hard drive could go with. Oh no, it can't, because this is the motherboard. I guess, yeah, I don't have another motherboard for that other one. Okay, so let's plug this in so I can try the BIOS update now. That's my next thing. Okay. The light blinked on and then went off, and I thought, oh, I didn't plug it in good or something, but that wasn't it. Okay. Now we'll go back to our camera. And yeah, I'm thinking that, well, I don't know. If I stay up long enough, I might go outside when the sun's up. Well, that won't come up till 7:30, though. I don't think I'll be up that long. I mean, I may be up, but I don't think I'm going to be too tired to keep working. We'll see. Now, let's get back to the 10-inch tablet. Swap. We should be just doing the. Before I continue, I want to make sure I have what I think I have. And so I'll look at my preview again. This would have been a perfect night to have that machine running and doing lots of, software work on it. It didn't work out that way. This would have been a perfect night to have that machine running and doing lots of, software work on it. Didn't work out that way. Okay, I thought it sounded. Oh, it's because of that speakers on that laptop. I thought, well, that don't sound like the SM58. It sounded all high and tinny. I like that wireless mic sounds, but that's because of the speakers in that laptop. Okay, now I'm ready to boot it up. Oh, and I forgot one of the most important things. Dang it. Forgot to switch over on the KVM switch.
So it'll probably be booting the main install system. This is not a live system, it's just an install system. Yeah, it did. Graphical install, graphical expert, automated. I always wanted to try that automated install. So I want to hit Control Alt Delete, and this time I want to hit F2. Get into the BIOS. Yeah, see, I'm getting sleepy. I had a chicken pot pie for my second lunch. See, that was what was weird, is I wasn't expecting to get hungry, but I realized I was really hungry. I think I ate my lunch. Well, talk. I ate my lunch pretty early because for some reason I got hungry. It was I remember it was 4 hours after my breakfast, but a lot of times I'll go, 5 or 6 hours before I have lunch after breakfast. So let me pay attention here. That I'm kind of beginning to feel a little tired, so that's why I don't think I'll be up until the sun comes up. I mean, I won't be up and working anyway. Okay. So here's the basic information. Kind of look through here real quick. All cores. Oh, yeah, okay. This is the overclocking mode, which is set to auto. I guess that's just default. So it's not really. Well, it is overclocking a little bit, I think. Does it tell you? Yeah. Oh, let's see. Auto. Processor maximum frequency. 6,300 megahertz. So it makes sense. Well, I'm like I said, I'm kind of tired. Not oh, here it is, InstaFlash. Okay, then hardware monitor. Let's look in on that. Okay. Temperature is 120 right now. And it was running for a while. I need to change that target temperature. I think it was something like 125. I guess you just hit plus and minus. Yeah, I think it was 125. I set it on 129 because that's what it was, and it had been running a couple of minutes when I saw it, and I thought, well, that's probably about right. But really, why not just set it down, leave it where it was? I think that was the default, 125. Quiet fan is enabled. As long as it keeps cool, that's fine. Some of them you got to turn that off, that quiet fan, so that it will keep cool enough. Target fan speed level 5. I don't know, I didn't change that. I was able to change that. Yeah, see, 125 degrees Fahrenheit is 50 degrees Celsius or centigrade, whichever. I know they're not exactly the same, but those are so far apart. I mean, no wonder, people like talking to people on the internet, like people that live where they all use the C, and they say it's they say it's 30 degrees, and I'm thinking that's 2 degrees below freezing, and they say it's 52 degrees. I don't think that's hot. 125 degrees, that'll kill you if it was that hot outside. So I don't know. I mean everything over the years, things, science, math, all that junk evolves in its own pace, and it's from probably kind of a random way, but it's not like they planned it all out. But it's just funny that, I don't know, half the world likes the Fahrenheit and half the world likes the centigrade Celsius ratings, The ones you grew up with is the ones that make sense to you, that's for sure. Miles per hour, like, what is it? I forgot the other rating, but miles per hour, when you're going 100 and If you're going 120 miles per hour, that's a heck of a lot faster than 120 kilometers per hour. Okay, so all right, now let's get thinking. Okay, now the version of the BIOS, I've got it written down. Let me double check it. It's at the bottom of the screen there, V02.67C. Okay, so I'm going to leave that where I can get to it easy. Hit InstaFlash, execute InstaFlash utility. Okay, it's going through. I guess it's going to have to search every file on my SAN. Yeah, oh, it searched everything available there. No BIOS file found. So I guess I needed to. I think I'm going to have to shut it down to unmount that drive and get it out of there. Yeah. Escape to reboot. I guess I'm going to have to unzip that file. Didn't say you needed to do that, but evidently you do. So I'll wait till it tries to boot the Bane, and then then do a hard shutdown. Okay, I think I lived. I'm not sure. I am getting so tired of swinging that mic back and forth to get to that KVM switch. It's about to aggravate me. So I'm going to try my long stick. There we go. I did good that time. Alright. Now, what do I want? I want desktop. Go back to... Now I'm going to plug in my stick again to my keyboard. That is really handy. Half the time I don't remember. It still doesn't want to mount right, but I think it'll. Well, let's see. Maybe it won't. It hasn't done it yet. I didn't read the error. I should have read the error. It might have been something different this time. Yeah, once you unmount the thing. Uh-oh. I don't know that it's going to work. It's not showing. Let's see if it's there. Shows to be there. Let's see. Well, that might have been from the last time. No, there it is. Okay. Would it be better to... There's only one file, so yeah, I think I'll just... Since it's already on there, I'm just going to say unpack it. And I've got both sides on the same drive, so it'll just... Where'd it go? I don't see it. N68. There it is. It's at the bottom. It's an old file, 11.2.12. I thought it was supposed to be from 2015. I guess I'll just leave that zip file on there until I'm done. But yeah, it said it couldn't mount it, but it was it did. Okay, but it does not show. There it is. I wonder if it was there all along and I couldn't see it. I don't think so. Safely remove drive. Okay, that works. It just can't. I'm sure it was that same error. Can't mount the Windows thing. The little I forgot what it's called. Let me get over and plug it in. All right, now let's get back to the monitor view. Boot it up. Oh, this time I'll remember. Now, this time hopefully I can catch it like I'm supposed to. Hit the F2 at the right time. It's not going to be too loud of a machine, I don't think, with that new fan. And I think that fan might have been loud even when it wasn't making that horrible extra noise. That in the GPU fan. There we go. CPU cooling quiet is disabled, and secure virtual machine is enabled. Let's see, onboard LAN is still enabled. That's fine because I was able to use the other card without any trouble. I'd rather leave it enabled, so that's good. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to. And then suspended RAM auto. Restore on AC power loss, power off, ring and power disabled, PCI devices power on disabled. Yeah, I don't want wake on LAN or anything. PS2 keyboard power on, we don't want that. RTC alarm power on, BIOS, okay. ACPI, HPET table auto, storage configuration. Okay, that seems okay. Some of that stuff there I didn't really know what it was. Yeah, floppy operation disabled, that's good. Floppy, oh yeah, I disabled that onboard floppy controller because I thought, well, it doesn't really need to be on since there's not a floppy in the machine. All that's enabled, and then USB remote power on is disabled. Okay, there. I just wanted to check through all that. Flash utility. It automatically searches every kind of drive that it can see in the machine. Now it showed up and it selected it. Enter to flash BIOS, F3 to rescan. 4/28/18. Well, that's today. Okay, P140. I'm scared of it, but let's see. Do not power off. Okay, it's doing it right now. Keep my hands away from the keyboard so I don't accidentally hit something. Programming, erasing. Do not power off during BIOS update. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so don't do that on a rainy day or thunder and lightning day. Or on a hot, well, don't. That's the thing. You never know anymore here. You know, like, you know, lots of times our power will go off during a thunderstorm. Well, lots of times it won't. 50-50. But in a hot summer day, you know, you always think, oh, it might go off. You know, well, you know, when the other time that ours really does go off most often in a beautiful day, nice temperature, got the windows open, and it'll just go off. Alright, programming success. Press any key to reboot. Now, if that did make the network work, that would teach me something for sure. But I don't think well, actually, I know our problem didn't have anything to do with it because I saw it work perfectly in Windows XP, old operating system. Let's see, what is it going to... CMOS checksum bad. What? 3.3 gigahertz. Press F6 for instant flash. F11 for boot menu. Single channel memory mode. Auto detecting. Oh, so we got to go to, maybe because it's different now. Okay. I guess that's what it is, because I guess it might have told me to, I hope I didn't mess up, because it might have told me to turn off the virus checker thing, you know. I just remembered that. I think you have to do that in some BIOSes. Setting ROM values in below sections may cause system malfunction. Hardware monitor. CPU quiet fan disabled. I don't remember that. Okay. Security. Supervised password. Change password. I don't know what to do, but just say exit. I didn't see anything that needed changing. I didn't even see that. Somewhere in there, there's that section about BIOS Guardian. Well, sometimes it's called BIOS Guardian and stuff like that. Let's just see if it'll try to boot like normal before I do anything else. I want to go back in there and see if the version number changed. Okay, it skipped the USB stick. I'm going to go ahead and hit Control Delete and go into BIOS again. But it went straight into the normal. Maybe it made a new checksum now that it went through all that. I don't know. Let's see if that's different. V0267C. So does that mean it failed the update? Or does that mean I already had that version on there? What was the other thing? I'm trying to think, where was that setting? Must be in the advanced. It might have. Yeah, I better look at all these settings because they may be all different. That's still in auto. Okay, so CPU configuration. Looks the same so far. Gotta kind of look through that stuff. Yeah, it didn't change any of my settings that I can see. And I would kind of think that it might have changed them all back to the defaults, but maybe not. I mean, I don't know, really. Hardware monitor. Yeah, this scan disk is not at the top anymore. I'll put it back up there just so that it, hopefully the next time I put one of those in there, it will be at the top. Okay. I didn't see anything about BIOS Guardian or anything, so how did I don't know. I thought there was something like that in there. I don't know if it did or not. I mean, well, it didn't. It didn't change the version. I wonder if it, I mean, it didn't, it just said CMOS checksum bad, did it roll back to the previous version? Or I should have told you, you would think, if it was doing something like that. I may have missed something. I might, you know, in that message page there. So I'm gonna hard shut it down, get that USB stick out of there, and then go back into the operating system, I guess. I don't think it. Yeah, it didn't update. So I may have done this before. I know I remember on the BIOS store motherboards, her BIOS store motherboard. I tried and I couldn't get it to update because I thought it needed to be updated. I can't remember why now. That's weird. I mean, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. At least it's not broke. So, hostname service. Well, of course, this should work this time because I've got it plugged into the other card, network card. But it's going to be slow. And this one is, you know, I don't have any files or anything added to it or anything. So I'm holding on to this USB stick. I was wanting to delete that BIOS file out of there. That's kind of a dangerous thing to have on there. Well, it's not working. Huh. This is plugged into the other network card. I think the last time I had the same problem until I went ahead and disabled the onboard, and then it worked. It just seems to be just acting like it did before. Okay, ENP07, that's the onboard, and wire connection 1 is 1 day ago. I wonder if I turned off the IPv6 on it, it would work. Because on Fedora 14 it worked, but it didn't have IPv6 running. I'll disable and re-enable just in case it changing operating systems has something to do with it whacking it out. As far as I know, though, the IPv6 was just the Fedora 14. I think didn't handle it right because that came out after Fedora 14 was already end of life. I think it came out and became implemented. But yeah, well, no network there. But that's not my target system anyway. I think what I want to do is go ahead and put in the live Fedora install. Let's see. Let me look at the gparted. Gonna have to get that password. I don't know what it is. Okay. Kind of review here what it is I want to do to, how I want to format this. Yeah, I don't want, there's just no way Fedora 14 would be of any use on this, upgraded hardware. So I don't need 3 partitions, I just need to divide it in half. But instead of doing it in gparted this time, I saw that there's a partition editor in the Fedora 27 installer that works just about the same. So I'm going to try it this time, and if it doesn't work, then I'll just go back and use this. But why is there why is there extra? Oh, ext4. Yeah, that's what I decided to use, ext4. Right. Usually ext4 used to be the new one, but now it's the standard one. ext2, ext3, ext4. Okay. So, yeah, you're on just the camera, so you can't really see what I'm doing here. I'm thinking about going ahead and starting the install, but I'm also thinking maybe I should start a new video for that, because it'd be like a whole nother subject. I'm thinking about going ahead and starting the install. Even though, I mean, see, I don't think I've been going super long. Oh, I've been going an hour and 37 minutes, I guess. So, but well, I was thinking I might be able to not have to restart all my cameras and everything. Well, it finally gave up trying to hook up the internet. Before I take off from where I'm at, I mean, there could be something to that whole IPv6 things. So this is the one. Wait a minute. How do I know? Yeah, this one hasn't been hooking up ever since I changed the hardware. Okay, so this one. Oh, it doesn't have ignore. Oh, there it is. Ignore. So let's say ignore. Let's see what happens. Disable networking, enable networking. That'll usually get you out of that loop of trying to connect, because it's funny, if it keeps on trying to connect with the settings were jacked up, then you fix them, it still won't connect for the longest time. It might finally connect, but if you'll disable and re-enable it, makes it start fresh. I don't think this will make any difference, but you gotta wait a little bit. I guess. Now, why would Fedora 14 just hook right up to the other network card with both of them enabled? But actually, what I did was unplug it from that one and plug it into this one. But Fedora 28 won't. Well, 7 won't. Well, it could be that, I don't know. I mean, they're both, had kernel errors and all that stuff. Just need to have a brand new, clean operating system on here that's, got all the right dry firmware installed for the hardware that I have. And then maybe, hopefully, even the onboard NIC will work, Oh yeah, but if I need to do, let's see, there won't be any. I'll just boot it up and see. I don't think there'll be anything really to download. Yeah, automatic DHCP. Automatic. That says automatic DHCP. This says automatic or automatic DHCP only. Well, I don't remember which one it was. I'm going to say it was just automatic. That's what it sounds familiar to me. Let's see. Yeah, just automatic. Okay, that's the way the other one was. Okay, so I'm not, I'm not concerned about, other than that bugging the heck out of me. I'm not concerned about anything on here. I don't think. There is a little bit of Fedora 27 info right there. I don't have a network to, but I can hook it up. I'll plug in this SD card. Let me plug it in. Just for such an occasion there. And I'll do the split. I don't have any other file manager, so I'll have to use this one. Extra pane. And there it is. Okay. Copy to other pane. There we go. Now. And documents. Let's see what else we got. That was just a test of the audio, I think. And might be a screenshot or two in there. Yeah. Yep. Oh, there's a lot of screenshots in there. May end up being somewhat the other name. What happened there? Did it do it? Copy to other pane. Let's see. I guess it did it, and it was just fast. Okay. Thought I had just. Oh, it must have been in downloads then. Yeah, one of my songs. I think since I see that there, I'm going to plug in the sound cable and make sure the sound even works. Had 4 cables to sort out. Oh, they weren't in the places because I moved them a while ago. Now I got to plug it in. Okay, now let's just see. Should work okay. Whatever that is, it won't play it. Excel. Try that Pro, maybe it'll play it. It's up all the way. Glad it didn't play it, I guess. It's an MP3, so Fedora, that's right, Fedora doesn't support MP3s right out of the box. Is there anything? I don't think there's another player on here. Yeah, there's not any others show up in the list. Unless Firefox would do it. So I just want some kind of sound. I mean, I don't. Let's see if the audio settings has a test speakers. It usually does. Huh. Built-in audio disabled. Why would it be disabled? Analog stereo duplex. That one's off now. High definition analog is what I'm using here. Okay, so maybe that was what was wrong. It would have, maybe it wasn't a problem with the. Oh, that didn't work. I know that. Let's see if this other player would play it after. Yeah, it works. So for some reason it was turned off. Can't hear the other speakers on the other side, but oh, stop it. Okay, so the audio does work. Not a problem with that. So it's still, yeah, it just has to. I never changed anything. I never added any programs or anything. Yeah, if I reinstall though, with that other hard drive plugged in, then it's going to add it to the system. That's why, I guess that's why in my head I was thinking maybe I should unplug it without really knowing why I was thinking it. Only thing I did have was KRFB for remote desktop. Okay, so let's get that 32 gigabyte card out of there. Okay, it's out. Let's see if we can shut it down normally. We'll try it. Finally, for once, it shut down normally, quick, just like it should. Okay, so let me get back over here and switch to my working camera, because I am going to unplug that hard drive now that I realize, because you know it would be, there's no need. I've already booted, you know, I've already seen what it'll do on Fedora 14 and Mint 9, so I don't need. That's the only thing I wanted to do was try that out, and so I don't need to have it added as a boot, you know, a boot option in the new system. So let's take it out, and I'll leave it in there, but I'll unplug it. I almost want to just take it out, but that still seems to me to be the best machine to have it in to do any backing up or anything. Well, anyway, let's switch to the wireless. So I can get up there and get to work. And let's see. I'm checking my stream right before I go over there. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna unplug it. I'm beginning to question the idea of leaving it in there. It's not sure where to.
I'm going to take that out because it's just kind of dangling and it's not in a good way there. Unplug that. There we go. Oh, bug. I was just thinking today, I hadn't seen them. I had to spray 2 or 3 times this year already to try to get rid of water bugs and stuff. And we've never had them so bad, ever. And I hadn't seen one in a few days, a week, well, probably just a few days. Well, there came one. But it's dead. Okay. And I have these electronic devices, and I don't know, well, you can tell when they go bad because you can start hearing them. They're those things that you can't hear but bugs can hear, and it's supposed to make them want to go away. And I have some that make sound out into the room that's supposed to be out of the human ear range, and then we have one that's plugged in out in the garage that goes through the electrical wiring. And they really did seem to make a pretty good difference, along with spraying. They don't do it by themselves. Found that out right quick. But and I've had them for years, and 2 of them have died at least. And actually, I bought some more, and I didn't realize it when I bought them. They're really small ones, and I thought, well, those look really different. But I thought, I guess they just made them smaller because it was a few years later. And once I got to reading the package later, they were really just for mice and rodents and stuff. So I got all different kinds of repellents and everything. And the only thing is mosquitoes and gnats would keep on getting through the screen when I have my window open and coming in my room. Well, that and coming through the garage door, the kitchen door to the garage, that gets left open. A lot of people go out there and leave it open while they're doing something and not thinking how much things are coming in, you know. But let's see. I don't know why I have such a feeling to take this hard drive out, this other hard drive. Take it out. I don't know. Maybe it's a good idea. It's very easy to put back in there. It's not like I have to take the memory out like I did for that other one. So let's take it out, and it'll be available to do whatever I want with. I know it ain't gonna, if it ever goes in here like just to copy backup and stuff like that, it'll just be temporary. I know that much. So there we go. Let's put it up here for now. Those screws. Again, I don't know. I'll put them in this one here. I don't want them just. Only ones I want laying out are the 2 for the door. Okay. Now it looks like it's gonna look. That's how it's gonna stay. Just like that. All this moving things around, I want to make sure that. Yeah, you don't want nothing in that. That's quiet. That's good. Everything's quiet now. You know, I could stand it up, put the door on it and stand it up. Let's see, I think I will, because there's no, well, if I get another net card, I'm going to want to be back in there. Yeah, let's see. I think I will stand it up though, because it's easier to get to the power button. And then, because I got a feeling I ain't going to go dig out that other NIC card until, actually I might not have to. I'm just going to, I don't think I actually need network for the installation. And so I don't think it's really worth a heck of a lot of trouble to find a fast network card. 5 megabits would get you by in a pinch, you know, for something. And trying to get that wire to go somewhere besides towards that. towards that GPU fan. And I still haven't, I keep saying I want to swap this fan over, but it's been running pretty cool, so maybe I don't even need to. I guess I'll watch the temperatures and see if it seems like, you know, if it's running really nice like it has been, good temperatures, then maybe it's not even necessary at all. But it's just been the last of my worries with the network not working. You go. It bounced off the table. Luckily it didn't go through the little crack in between the leaves on the table and landed up in the ledge of the mother back of the case there. Okay, now can I stand this up without getting things in a bind? Yeah, I can. Okay, there. Now it'll be standing up in its normal position. That's gone through the wrong route now. Okay. Now, I started to say I'd hook up that red cable to the onboard NIC, but that actually could end up causing trouble if they end up, you know, I don't think that normally, I don't think they would just automatically both be WAN, you know. It makes most sense to me to say one in and out, so this would be the in. Of course, it's really an in and out, but WAN and LAN. But this one would be like the route, the DHCP could be set up as the DHCP server. If this one was coming from the internet, this would be going to the LAN. I don't know what they do automatically. I remember having to set it up. So yeah, it's better if nothing's hooked up in there. It hasn't been working anyway, so I mean the hardware itself will be seen by the installer. So now let me put a note on Mom's hard drive. It's been sitting there in that machine. Oh yeah, I said I wanted to restart my stream, and actually I need a little break anyway, so that's what I'll do. Let me put the note on here. I was going to say, well, I don't have to do that on video, but could have not scribbled that to where it can't be read. Guess I was trying to hurry. That's all I need right there. Okay. I went ahead and wrote down the name that the system has, you know, on the network and everything. That's one of those thin hard drives. The one that I bought is thick, like the older hard drives. I thought all of them were thin now, but they're not. Okay, now what I want to do, I forgot to do anything different with the camera there. Well, now I've got the chair where it wants to turn over, but I'm fixing to get up anyway, so I'll fix it in a minute. Now what I'm going to do is take another break, and how long have I been streaming? 2 hours. I don't know, I'm debating about whether I need to reboot the, just when I don't do it, they need it, the phones and all that stuff. So I don't know, maybe I probably should before I come back. It's just wise to, you know, make everything as good as I can. All right, so I'm gonna take a break, come back, and what I'm gonna do Just plug in the Fedora 27 USB stick and start installing. I mean, it only takes like 20 minutes to install it, unless something goes wrong or something. And unless I'm wrong and there is a bunch of stuff that has to be downloaded, and then it'd be really slow on 5 megabits instead of 60 megabits. If I find that out, I might just, you know, stop and, of course, I'm afraid I won't find out till it's in the middle of it. Stop and wait until I get a better network connection, you know. We'll see. I'll be back in a little bit.